Okay, this is gonna be a video on the fucking CDC studies. This is an old study. The only reason I'm even bringing it up is because I've kind of skimmed over the information in the last video, and I sort of fucked up the actual statistics. I think at one point I said some shit like 8,000. Some people use guns to defend themselves 8,000 times a day. That was probably meant to say a year or something. I don't know where I got that from. But the fucking point is, in any event, Obama, this is basically the facts. Obama commissioned a study, and the study was to say that he wanted to find that America is going. He wanted to find that America is collapsing in terms that our crime rate is through the roof because of these. Because of lack of gun regulation. We're an unregulated country, and because we're unregulated, we're just killing each other in mass and everything. Well, actually, that's a bunch of bullshit, and his own study proves it. He commissioned this study, and the study actually found that, first of all, one, the crime rates had dropped. It's the lowest it has been since the 50s and 60s. It showed that half, actually over half, it showed that half, or actually it's over half of the murders or deaths in this country is not homicide, but it's suicide. It showed that it might be upward to 8,000 a year, day, I don't know where I got this information, but a lot of the violent crimes that do occur are stopped. And that is because many of the deaths that result from gun use is defense, self-defense. People will not defend themselves with firearms, even if that means killing someone else in order to defend themselves and their family. It may happen upwards a total of 6,000 times in this country. 8,000 times in this country a year. That people who have firearms are generally safer than people who don't have firearms. It would appear that it is often it stops violent crime. And the reason I bring this up, and then Obama, the same man who commissioned the study, buried it. He essentially buried his own study because it did not meet with or fit his agenda. So that's the kind of honesty we have in the White House, and you see this in the left all the time. You see this in the left all the time. That's why I bring this up. The left wing is filled with this kind of shit. The cherry picking of statistics, funding their own findings, lying, the other propaganda. It's propaganda is what it is, and you see this all the time in this country. The utter propaganda of the left wing, and then trying to set up a police state to deceive people into going along with the shit. And it's the same thing with the rape statistics. The rapes in this country on college campuses are actually below that of the general population, and that's something I went over. Women do not get paid less than men in this country. Women roughly get paid the same as men if they put in the same hours, and they might even get paid more than men if they put in the same hours, the same work, in the same field of work. Women who do not work as dangerous of jobs, women who do less work, who sacrifice career for family, they do not make as much money. But again, this is where the left lies, and it's hypocrisy, and they do this time and time again. That's why I bring that up. He commissions a CDC study, and then he buries his own damn study when it shows that he's wrong. And people still try to say that, there's a gun crisis in this country. There's not a gun crisis, and there's not a damn rape crisis. There's not a patriarchy, there's not a rape culture. There's none of this fucking bullshit. It's a bunch of lies and hypocrisy and made up shit to try to set up a police state. And that's what they're doing. That's all any of this trash is.